Hi and welcome back to Sweet Nothings Crochet's videos. Today let's make this easy headband, which I am going to now show you with a slightly thicker yarn. This is Nico sateen. It's 100% premium acrylic yarn. It is not essential to use this yarn. You could use any. The other one that I have made is with a regular knitting cotton. Okay. Now there's a pattern for this, written pattern for this, and it's there in the bio below. And it's also, my blog is also linked to this video and vice versa. There are 2 or 3 ways that you can make this. One, you can just make this tape lace and then you just work it with both ends. You fold it and then you join together. That's one way of doing it. The other one is you don't join. You put in a button there and you attach a button. And the third is to attach this elastic. And this is a really nice, neat way because it fits for all sizes. So let me show you how to do that. For that you need your yarn and you need an elastic rubber band. The ones that are coated are slightly better, and whatever yarn you're using. So we start with a slip knot, and then I'll work 4 single crochet to attach this on. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, while you're working it in, just weave the yarn in as you go, so it just makes it easier, right? That's the turning chain, chain 1. Fold the yarn over so it just comes in that way, and you've already woven it as you're working. You work the first V stitch in the first SC, so what that is 2 DC, 1, 2 DC, chain 1, 2 DC, you skip the next 2 DC and you work your final V stitch in the last chain, last SC. So that's again 2 DC, chain 1, 2 DC. Good. Turn. So I just use a chain 1 to turn every time. Now all that you do is all your V stitches you'll work in this chain 1. Okay, the chain 1, sorry, there and there, the chain 1 of the earlier V stitch. All right, so that's 2 DC, chain 1, 2 DC in the first V stitch, and then you go to the second V stitch and work 2 DC, chain 1, 2 DC in that, chain 1 to turn, two DC, chain 1, 2 DC. That's the V stitch in the first V stitch, 2 DC, chain 1, 2 DC, and that's in the second stitch, second V stitch, right? So you just continue working all the way till you get the length that you need for your headband. So like I've said, that you work across the width, because this is how thick your headband's going to be. All right, Now let's assume you want to have a slightly thicker headband than this and you want 3 sets. You just start with 6 SC. You'll work, so there you'll attach with 6 SC. You'll work your first V-stitch in the first stitch. You skip the next 2 stitches. You'll work it in the fourth stitch. You skip the next, or you'll work with 7, sorry. So you'll do the first, skip 2, in the fourth, skip 2, and in the 7th, you'll work the V-stitch, and you'll get it that much wider. All right? And that's the V-stitch. In the last V-stitch. And that's our cute little headband that you'll work all the way till the end. All right? So now let's assume that you have worked it all the way to the end. This is what you'll have. I've just worked this with knitting cotton. And then what you need to do is you'll have to join this end to that end. All right? Now, because it's going to be simpler to see it on the thicker yarn, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to show it to you on the thicker yarn. Let's assume now you've reached the end. All you've got to do is get into that first chain 1 space. So what I just opt to do is do a turning chain. Sorry, I have to attach now, right? So I pass through the elastic and you work 2 SC there. You pass through the elastic again and you work 2 SC there. And you've got it joined, see? And it's joined with the same number of stitches as you've got it on that end, so it's all even. Get that? Is that cool? Now, for the center, all you have to do is you cut off that yarn, and then you'll wrap it around the center there till you get a section from here to here, which is covered, and therefore it's just smaller. It'll be something like this. So you just wrap it up, and when you come to the end, you just tie up that end, and then you'll glue that down. But what you've done is just you've wrapped it so that you reduce the width of the rubber band, you make it a little tighter, and also doesn't catch in the hair, and it still gives you all the stretch that you require. So with the same pattern, when you've worked it with a thicker thread, this is how your pattern will look. And that's how it looks when you've done it with a thinner thread. Pretty cool, huh? Cute, simple headband, all in a day's work. Have a great day and see you soon.